Hi everyone. I haven't done a nature notes for a few weeks, and I've got some really exciting news with house martins nesting. So Alice is my daughter's back to stay for a few days, so I thought I'd put it to good use behind the cat and say
hi.
Right, okay. So what's quite exciting is we've now got house martins nesting. So just flip the camera up there, Alice, and you can see these nest boxes. House martins are one of my favourite birds. They're migratory species. They spend the winter in Africa and then fly over to the UK for the breeding season. And we've been living here for 3 years now. We used to have house martins in our old house, and when we moved in, I put up these house martin nest boxes, and the first year nothing happened. The second year there were a few house martins around and they were a little bit interested, and then this year we actually had house martins come up and visit the boxes quite early on in the season, and I was watching them, but they couldn't really get into the nest box, so I fiddled around and altered the design, and unfortunately the house martins disappeared. But then they came back 2 or 3 weeks later, and actually the modified design, they could get in and have started nesting. So I just wanted to kind of show you the design, because maybe you live in a house and if you haven't got house martins nesting, then you might want to try putting up some artificial nest boxes to encourage them. I'm going to show you the, just coming a bit closer. So they've actually got chicks at the moment, and I know that because if you look down at the bottom of the nest, so put the camera down here, and you can see in here, there we go, so I found these this morning, they're house martin eggs, which have obviously just hatched. So we know there's at least one chick in one of those boxes, but there's birds going into both of these, and there's a recording possibly one of the parents will come flying in. So the nest boxes that I use, because there are several available on the market, but these ones, which I've used before in our old house and what I'm using here, I think are the best design. They're called Schwegler, which is a German make. And actually, if anyone is really interested in doing this, if they send me a message, I can give them further details. But you buy these off the internet, they're quite expensive. These are the most expensive ones, but I do think they work the best. They'll come attached to a platform like this, with the idea that you screw that under the eaves of your house. The problem with them, as I found earlier on this year, is that the entrance hole is quite narrow, and in fact it's too narrow for the birds to get in. So rather than have that attached to the house, which is a bit unsightly, I try to recreate the nest. Well, there's one flying around, so it might come in a little.
You need to move back a bit.
I try and recreate the nest as natural as possible. So I take the box off the wooden mounting, and then get right in under the eaves. Now, most of our house, here he comes. Yes. Do you get that? Come round again. Just squat down, Alice. Here it comes. I'll come round again, I expect. So I just took some food in for the chick. It's gone off hunting again. So anyway, box design. So I take them off the wooden mount. You want to try and get them under the eaves. If you come over here, Alice, so you can see I've got one up here. And the best thing, they prefer a white background. I glue the nest box onto the wall with Gorilla Glue, and then just put a few small screws around the edge just to hold that in place until the glue sets, and then make up, you can see the pale brown around the box, which is artificial wood. That's Ronseal wood filler. So I mix up a load of that as a type of putty, and then recreate a new entrance hole, which you can see is a lot bigger than the actual one in the original design. So the birds can get in there quite easily, and you know, you've got 2 pairs nesting at the moment. They'll fledge chicks over the next 2 or 3 weeks. That will be early September. They'll then fly back to Africa, and hopefully the original pair, 2 pairs here, plus their offspring, will come back next spring. We've got two boxes. We've put a 3rd one up just recently. I'll put this one and maybe another one up over winter, so we'll have 3 nest boxes here, and maybe the chicks from these nests will come back and we'll slowly build up a colony of house martins. So that's something to look forward to for next year. Bye for now.